Hey everybody, it's Tony from A Moron in the Woods, and I'm out here at my property in beautiful East Tennessee in the mountains, and just up here gonna do a little sighting into my Sig Sauer 5.22 22 rifle, so I can maybe plink at just any random targets, maybe some squirrel if I see anything living out here. Haven't seen any squirrel at all. It's a little bit of a cold day. December 5th, I believe. Probably about 40s, in the 40s this morning, and not raining. It was raining hard yesterday, but I'm just up here, started a little fire, burning up a couple leaves and some twigs and stuff, and just gonna do a little sighting in, see if I can find anything to shoot at. Okay, so I'm whispering so I don't scare any woodland creatures away, because that's what I see everybody do in the videos. They whisper. So it's not like I'm not going to make a ton of noise walking on all these dead leaves, but I'm going to walk over there straight ahead of me into the denser part of the woods where I didn't do as much clearing, and I'm just going to sit down and see if I can see anything. So about, I want to say 150 yards from where my campfire was, and this is kind of like a down-sloping part of my property back here. If you look off to the right, there's a little water down there. Now the real estate agent told me there was a spring right over here by this rock outcropping, and during the summer I didn't notice much, if any, water. I honestly think it's just runoff. Like I said earlier, we did have a lot of rain, so I'm going to go over there and investigate in a minute. But I'm just going to sit right by this big old dead tree, and I'm just going to sit here for a minute and just listen, see if I can hear anything or see anything at all. Alright, check back with you. Okay, this is interesting. I don't know if my phone can pick that up, but I quickly downloaded a squirrel call app from the Google Play Store, and I played it. I played it about 4 times, and then all of a sudden I started hearing what sounds like another squirrel in the distance chittering back. Very, very interesting. I heard another one. I heard 2. One off to my right. One sounds like it's straight ahead, but it sounds like it's quite a ways away. So that squirrel call definitely brought some noises that I hadn't heard before. I'd been sitting here just for a few minutes, pretty quiet, just listening. Heard a couple crows, but then I played that call, and now I'm hearing, I don't know if maybe they're birds, but I'm just going to sit and wait and just see what happens. Okay, so I waited a good long while and just kept waiting and looking, listening. Didn't see anything moving at all. I'm looking up in the trees. I don't really see anything, which looks like a squirrel's nest. This is a pretty cool little rock formation that's on my property. Goes up the hill there. You can see some more rocks at the top. I think that's where my property ends. Still not 100% clear what the exact boundaries are, so someday I'm going to have to put in my own stakes just to clarify. But I think these rocks here and my property goes up to maybe the bottom of those rocks up there and back this way. But this is where the supposed spring is, but this is definitely no spring. It's just runoff, which is disappointing because I need water on this property. But right now all I'm seeing is some birds, hearing their calls. I don't know if what I heard earlier was squirrel calls or not, but I'm just gonna keep walking around and looking and seeing what I see. Well, somebody had some luck with the animal on this property. It doesn't look that old. Looks like somebody shot that in the last couple weeks. And there's also some garbage scumbags have dumped on my property. But, you know, what's the big deal, right? Dump your trash on somebody else's property? That's cool. They're not going to care. Anyway, so apparently it's either the wrong time of the year, the wrong time of the day, or I'm just not a very good hunter to find myself any squirrel out here. So I'm just going to walk around and just target shoot. It's a couple things just for fun, and that's about it. So I noticed that I walked upstream of that water flow, and I cannot see any significant water flow up here. I mean, I see this trench here where water has flowed from runoff, and there's a little bit of water standing in it, but I'm wondering if most of that water is just under the ground and under this leaf cover, because right here looks like it's flowing pretty good from right here. So maybe there is a whatchamahickie, a spring. I mean, I see water flowing pretty good out of that hole right there. So this could just be saturated ground giving up its water maybe, and then it's flowing down from here. But like I said, I don't see it any further up that way, really, not like this. So that's interesting. So maybe there is some kind of water source here, who knows. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy walking around, get a little exercise, which I need, and plinking at some targets, and not really going to think about shooting anything alive today. So glad you watched. Check back in with me later. Out. Forgot to mention, for anybody who wants to know, my gear that I'm wearing today is I've got some Lacrosse hunting boots on. They're pretty old. Lacrosse brand, LACROSSE. I've got some Wrangler Rig work pants, which are actually pretty darn good for the money. Like I said, this is the Rig, R-I-G-G, by Wrangler. They are a canvas tactical /work pant. They are a ripstop material, heavy canvas type stuff, and I really like them. So I've got some Hardy work gloves. Just got it at my local Walmart, I think, or maybe even actually I think I got these at Harbor Freight. And then I've got my cheap Realtree camo jacket from Walmart, which I would not recommend anybody buy because it's garbage. As far as, like, it doesn't really keep you warm in cold temperatures like today, even at like 40, 50. If I sit for a while, I'll get cold. I'm just wearing a t-shirt underneath, so maybe it's not that fair to a light jacket to say it's no good. But the zippers, both pocket zippers, have already broken, so I'm just waiting for the main zipper to break before I just throw it away. It wasn't expensive. It was like 20 bucks at Walmart. And then my rifle is a Sig Sauer 5.22. I don't really see these on the shelves anymore at any gun stores. I've got an adapter on the front for a Sig suppressor, which I haven't been able to take possession of yet. Thank you, federal government. And then I've got a center point scope, light up reticle, you know, super cheap scope. I think it was 39 bucks at Walmart. But, you know, it's got nice adjustable turrets on it. So I can't complain for the money. It was dirt cheap. And the rifle's great. I enjoy this rifle a lot. And I think that's it. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side.